When I first went to the States when I was 17, I was in this small town called Morgantown, West Virginia. Beautiful town. I love it to this day. I consider it my home away from home. So, as this young kid from Abu Dhabi, uh, who really didn't like live outside their parents' house before, just went 17 years old, went over there, got, like dropped down. So I was like, I need to find my people. Like, I need to find Arabs, Muslims somewhere just to like relate. And I ended up finding the local Islamic center, and I still remember I I went there and nobody would talk to me because they thought I was white.
I mean, technically you are, but yeah, I get you.
I mean, yeah, by color, man, but they thought I was like Caucasian. Like مين هذا الجاسوس بعدين who's a spy. What was weird is that يعني, in Arabic we have phrases that if you translate to English it sounds weird if you use it in everyday conversations like habibi, akhi, stuff like that, which translates to my like
My dear.
literally my love, but it means my friend, like a term of endearment, or
Yeah.
my brother. So they use those terms in English, like with like a straight phrase. You walk in and they're like, "What are you, brother?" I was like, "Listen, man, I ain't your brother,
I have a PTSD from brother, man. The word brother.
the brother."
Bruh, bro is fine. Khoya is fine. Dude, anything else. Brother,
Dude, yeah, I'm saying like once these Arabic terms, once you use in English, it sounds like brother. What are you today, brother? Let's go pray together, brother. I was like, listen, man, what is this place?
it's recruitment.
It is. It is. They tried, not them. The FBI and the CIA tried recruiting me on multiple occasions over the course that I was there. Uh, uh,
Because of your
the best
whiteness.
story. It's so ridiculous. But two of the occasions was really one and done. They're like, "Hey, do you want to be a spy?" No. Okay, have a nice day. It was the other the what one of the guys. He was really persistent. Remember going to the engineering campus early one morning. It was a Friday because كان في صلاة جمعة. There was Friday prayer. Uh, Got there 8:30 in the parking. I started walking to the building. And suddenly this guy just walks up next to me. He's like, Hamid Jawad Ambari. I was like, yes. As I was walking, and he's like, so yeah, my name is so and so. I forget his name. I have his business card till this day. I have it saved with me because it's this story is amazing.
It's a beautiful
I'll post
memory,
it
yeah.
on our Instagram. Yeah, I'll post it on our Instagram if I find it. Hashtag follow, hashtag smash, subscribe, like. Anyway, uh, he kept following me, and he's like, "So, yeah, Jawad, you care if I call you Muhammad?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." And I never stopped to talk with him. So I was walking, he was walking next to me, had like a trench coat on, and it looked he looked the part. He looked like he belonged with one of those
He's a suit.
organizations.
He's a suit.
He's a suit. So I just kept walking. I was like, who the is this guy? Uh, Mohammed, me and my colleagues come to the engineering campus often, and we have a good relationship with the professors. And we were talking the other day with other professors about the situation in Syria. And this was back in like 2012, 2013, when there was still a war going on in Syria. And I was like, okay. Like شو بدي رد عليه يعني what am I supposed to say about like somebody just talking and be like, okay, well, interesting, sir. Kept walking, he kept talking. He's like, so I was talking with my professor friends about like the situation in Syria, and they're like, yeah, it's a real shame what's going on over there, man. It's a real shame. I was like, yeah, it's real bad.
Want some
It's real
knafi?
bad. بدك شانكليش.
Yeah, you should have offered them some food, show them the Arab hospitality.
I should have. Instead, I turned him down because what happened next? He was like, "So your professors were telling me that they have a couple of Syrian students, and then they mention your name." Immediately in my head, I was like, "No fucking way! This guy's lying. My professors don't even know my name. There's 400 people in the class. They don't put a face to a name." I think only one of my professors actually knew my name, and that he was a Mexican mechanical engineer. He was such a gangster. This guy was named Victor Messino. Anyway, I'll talk about him later. So I immediately call BS in my mind, and I'm just like, oh, really interesting. He's like, yeah, we as an organization, he kept saying we, like there were like he was a collective, not an individual. Like we take care of, we tackle. He's like, we deal mostly with homicides, child trafficking, drugs, but recently we've been taking an interest to the situation in Syria. I was like, ah, okay. And he's like, so we know there's like an Islamic center over here, and we were wondering if you could like just let us know what's going on, see what the situation is. I was like, you can go there yourself, man. The doors are open. I was like, anyway, I got class right now. Peace. And he was like, "No, I know you have class. Your class finishes and your schedule finishes at 12:30." I was like, "How did he know?" He knew everything about me. That this is when it started to become creepy. He knew when my schedule started, when my schedule ended, and I was like, "Listen, man, I'm really." He's like, "Can we talk after you're done at 12:30?" I was like, "I'm really busy, man. I have to go to Friday prayer, and then I'm real busy." He was like, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Here's my card. If you want to talk, just give me a call, and yeah, we'll talk about the situation." I was like, I don't think there's anything to talk about, man. Like, you want to go to the mosque? It's right down there. You know where it is, I'm sure. Just walk in. It's like all the same. Just call me. Go to class. I'm thinking about it all day. Go to Friday prayer, and we had this ritual where me and my friends from college, we finish Friday prayer and we go out and get lunch. So we went to this place called Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. I
Awesome,
heard about it, yeah.
awesome, awesome fried chicken sandwiches, man. If they ever open up one here in the Emirates, I'll be there every day. Hashtag business opportunity. But anyway, we go there. It
In
was like
Dubai.
1:30 at this point. Oh, what? Dubai, yeah.
Yes. So you come.
Yeah, exactly. So we go at like 2:30 if prayer's over. We go and I get a text message on my phone. Random number I don't know. And it says, "Hey man, I love Chick-fil-A. You should get lunch sometime. By the way, it's Agent so and so." I was like, "What the fuck?" He knew that I was at Chick-fil-A. I don't, might have been watching me somewhere. He knew that I was at Chick-fil-A, knew my number, and like you'd assume so, he's the FBI. But that was when it was creepy. I was like, "There's somebody watching me now, always." And it stayed like this for around 2 weeks before I was like, I think I told my dad, I was like, this is what's happening right now. My dad really didn't take it serious. He was like, "Don't let them come take you in a black van." Like, I was like, "Thanks, father." It's real supportive. I had to go look for someone who actually took me seriously. I found someone in the community who's a doctor. I don't know if he wants me mentioning his name, so I won't. But he had dealings with the FBI before in similar situations with other people, so I wasn't the first one. And he talked to like his contacts, and eventually they backed off. But I think at some point where it was really pissing me off because he was very insistent about wanting to meet. So I called him up and I was like, "Listen, man, do you want to talk? I'm available now." He's like, "Well, I'm in another city and I really, can we reschedule?" I was like, "No, man, I'm ready to talk now. I'm not going to do it later." بعدين ما عاد سمعت عنه شيء. I didn't hear after that. I didn't hear anything from him. Alhamdulillah. So yeah, man, recruiting for the FBI and CIA for people overseas is a real thing. That happens.
Now you wish you joined the FBI, right? Instead of working as an
No, I
engineer.
mean we wouldn't have been having this podcast. I mean, no, if I think if I would had joined the FBI, that would have been I still would have had a life, social life. I think one of the times where I was and I think he was like a CIA recruiter or one of those organizations, like intelligence organizations.
Hmm.
If I joined one of those, then خلاص, I wouldn't have, يعني, in my assumption, I wouldn't have had like a regular life anymore. It would have always been something. فهمت علي?
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah. We wouldn't have been having beards, bikes, and bites.